Okay, Diane Singer. Camila Labchuk. Tony O'Donoghue. I don't think Tony's here. Claudio Ruz. Any of those people here? You, Claudio?
Yes.
Diane's not here. Camilla's not here, and Tony's not here. Okay, Claudio, go ahead. You got 3 minutes. You ready?
Yes. I just need to.
You ready there?
Sorry, Councillor. I just need to get my my document. For some reason, it disappeared. Yeah.
You can't do it?
No, I can do it, but maybe somebody can.
Okay, Maureen Spencer. That's a familiar name. Maureen's gone. Catherine Parsonage. You, Catherine? Okay, go ahead, Catherine. 3 minutes.
My name is Catherine Parsonage. I'm the Executive Director of the Toronto Foundation for Student Success, one of the city's partners that supports the 685 nutrition programs that feed our children and youth in the city. And when I say one of our partners, your partners, I mean a true partnership model. And I could talk to you about the 68% of the children in the Jane and Finch community that come to school without breakfast. I could tell you all the stats about Malvern and all the need. I think you've heard a lot of that today. I could talk about the diabetes epidemic and the value of healthy eating, but I don't really believe that there's any one of you that doesn't believe in feeding kids and that kids shouldn't eat well. So what I really want to talk to you today about is the incredibly effective and efficient financial model that's used on these programs. That the city has shown incredible leadership in the area of student nutrition, probably premier in this country. Cities right across Canada look to Toronto for leadership in this area and are modeling their programs on ours. And you're in a very enviable position. You've brought partners from education, public health, the philanthropic sector, the private sector, and the community all together. We've involved 2 levels of government so far, and we're working on a 3rd. So working together, this very strong partnership is leveraging your $3.8 million core nutrition program funding 3 times, 300% return on your investment. Your $3.8 million has led the province to commit to $5.3 million annually. And we've been asking, and this city council's been asking year after year for the province to help. And because of your leadership, they've come to the table. What else? Parent contributions. People in our communities, in some of our poorest communities, if they can give $1 or $2, they do. $2.2 million a year. They're contributing. They're helping. What else? Private sector, donations. Over $1 million a year is coming into our programs. What else? We have food donations coming into our programs. And if that's not enough, let's talk about this 1,700 volunteers that work for free in our programs. And other community members that make maybe $10 an hour minimum wage. There's 180,000 volunteer hours. And then pile the partnership a little higher, guys, and you have free facilities, free caretaking, free utilities, and absolutely no administration costs because your other partners are paying the cost of administering the money, of being fiscally prudent. So your $3.8 million is leveraged into $11.5 million to nourish our kids. Is it enough? No. There's 141,000 kids in our city. The poor are getting poorer. We've heard the stories. We know where they live. They're in your communities. By any standard, a 300% return on your investment is remarkable. But your real investment is not about the money and the financial model. But I did want to address that to you.
Time.
Am I out of time? I was going to talk about the kids.
You were getting a couple extra seconds, but some of these people are tight. Okay. All right. Well, we've got some questions for you, though. We've got Councillor Davis and Councillor Matlow. Councillor Davis is first. And we've got Councillor Mohavik and Councillor Fletcher.
Thank you very much, Catherine. And I want to thank you for your years and years of service building the student nutrition program in this city. The first question I have, you said that and I don't think I have exactly the words, that we have a model for the country. Should Toronto be a model in anything that they do? Should Toronto do the best of any other jurisdiction in the country? Should Toronto be above standard, be innovative, do anything better than any other municipality? Which seems to be an assumption that KPMG is no.
Toronto's always acted as a leader in our province, as the largest city in our province, in our country. We shape government policy at the provincial level and the federal level. Other areas look to us.
Okay, thank you. That's that 1 minute. The next questioner is Councillor Mahavik. No, pardon me, Matlow. Josh Matlow. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just so my colleagues know really who they're hearing from and what kind of expertise you have. Have you ever been involved in ventures where you have brought in a lot of private dollars into the public system to support school students or otherwise?
Absolutely. The Toronto Foundation for Student Success brings in $11.3 million. $9.3 million go directly into programs. The majority of that goes to nutrition programs.
And this is from the private sector.
The private sector is about $2 million a year to support the city's contribution. And the role for the city is critical because without seed funding, without that core to build on, people get hopeless. The city's funding is about 12 cents a meal. It costs about $1.32. So it's about 10%. So it's not a huge amount of money, but that 10% with the provincial 10% encourages communities and fundraising and school boards and other governments to come and help.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Councillor Mahavik.
Yes, thank you very much, Catherine. We are at a certain level of funding, $3.8 million, and yet it looks like the pressure is to push that number down. If we were to push the barometer in the direction of where we need to go, what would you say the need is out there? Reasonably assessed. We don't want to feed the world, but we want to feed those kids who are hungry. How far do we need to go to meet that need?
To maintain food costs, according to Toronto Public Health and the economists, are going to go up about 9% this year. That's largely due to fuel costs and energy. 9% will break even. There's probably matching the provincial funding would be a good start, but to have a perfect program from all three levels of government, we need about $22 million a year in this city. Currently, we have just under $12 million from all of the partners.
So we're about halfway there.
Yep.
A little over halfway.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Next questioner is Councillor Fletcher.
Sorry, would you just tell me again the cost per meal? Did you say 12 cents per student?
Cost of a three-food group, approximately 500-calorie breakfast, according to Toronto's nutrition criteria, which is superior to the provinces, is $1.32 a day. It's a little bit more for a teenager and a little less, of course, for a 4-year-old, but an average is at $1.32.
And that contribution through the city then is how much?
About 12 cents a meal.
Thank you.
Is that it? Okay. Thank you very much. Claudio, yes, okay. Good. Claudio, are you ready?
I would like to thank everyone for every member of the council for having this process and listening to the community in spite of the imperfections of the consultation process that happened through the KPMG report. Dear Chair and member of the Executive Committee, respectfully, we ask you to continue to support the Community Partnership and Investment Program. I am here representing the Executive Director of CSSP, also known as the Center for Spanish-Speaking Peoples. The CSSP has been providing high-quality and high-value community programs for over 37 years. We are the only multi-service organization serving the growing Spanish-speaking community of Toronto, a community made up of families and individuals coming from over 20 Spanish-speaking countries around the world. We have been the grateful recipients of City of Toronto funding through its Communities Partnership and Investment Program grants. These grants have allowed the city, through our programs, to greatly improve the lives of its most vulnerable citizens within our community. The CPIP grants have been an invaluable resource in our work to address the most pressing needs of our clients in their effort to improve their lives. These grants represent for the city and for our organization an important intangible investment in the continuing improvement in the lives of community members. CPIP grants are especially indispensable for our Violence Against Women program and our volunteer program. Our VAW, Violence Against Women program, is unique in that we are the only agency providing cultural sensitive services to Spanish-speaking women. CPIP funds allow the VAW program to engage women in the community who are living in abusive relationships to help them develop leadership skills, form support networks, and rebuild their self-esteem as a way to regain control of their lives and break the cycle of violence that perpetuates in subsequent generations when the problem is left unaddressed. Every year, the program provides services to over 380 women and children in situations of abuse, assisting them in finding secure housing, providing crisis intervention, counseling services, and support groups. Our volunteer program, it's another important component in our strategic approach to provide coordinated support to clients in their effort to redefine their lives. CPIP grants are also an integral component in the work of this program. Our volunteer program assists over 720 people a year by providing volunteer opportunities through one of our programs or through external entities, and allow clients the ability to gain valuable practical skills which will become the foundation for future employment. CPIP grants generate multiple benefits for the client in our organization. A volunteer placement will offer a client valuable work experience. This will result in the development of relevant and transferable skills. The experience and skill obtained will enhance the client's employment profile and his or her chances of success in the workplace. Then successful...
Thank you very much. That's your 3 minutes. I don't see any questions of you, so thank you for staying so long.